I've been running into dishonest lovers, but it's something in my aura make them stay undercover. I can really tell if he being honest or just afraid to be honest, yeah. I've been recently a dishonest lover, but it's something in her aura make her wanna uncover. But can she really tell if I'm being honest or just a little bit hopeless? It's like, do I even believe in love anymore? Been hopping in and out, it's like I ain't for sure. We can't even agree in love anymore. Keep trusting in a heart that ain't even sure. Find it quicker to leave love, just ignore. Been hoping I could find something so pure. But do we even believe in love anymore?
Cool. Hello and welcome to another episode of Noble, and today we have the king in the house, King Fire.
Wagwan.
How are you?
I'm good.
How are you doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, how are you?
I've tried, before me. I've tried to chase you to come to this show for over, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
And you've been busy, right?
All
right.
Usanii bana lazima tujitume.
Okay. So just to tell you who is in the house today, this is King Fire herself. King Fire is a published artist with an album, Free King Fire.
Yeah.
That is what we're going to talk about. But we are going to go deeper into our conversations beyond music and just to know what's the experience behind the music, but also just talk about life. Mm-hmm. So the last time we were together, we were partying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. What are we to start this?
Of course, that is the last place we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next minute you are transitioning from the daily job, like 8 to 5 p.m. kind job, to a journey of discovery. Because you said you're taking a break to rediscover yourself, but also majorly to pursue your music career.
Yeah.
Few months later, the album is out.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what is behind the album, what is behind the story.
Okay. So basically, this album is like a journey through love, through pain, through passion and healing.
Yeah.
Like at the end of it all, choosing the path of least resistance. And most of the time I noticed in my own life that I struggle so much with, finding the right thing to do for me. But music was always the one place that I found comfort in, and writing. So I love writing. And it just doesn't happen, you know. It's one of those things that you have to go through an experience to really talk about it.
Yeah.
So having gone through a certain number of experiences, the album was a sort of way to say, this is me now. So take me as I am.
Okay.
And it's also, I give a sort of recognition to this past self. Yeah, because right now, and the person who was writing this track or this entire album, and right now, two totally different people, evolution.
Yes. So how was that transition for you? Because when we first met, the conversations we were having was about, establishing yourself with the work, what you studied and everything, but also trying to fit within the development world space. But again, just a few months into work, you kind of realized, this is not me, this is not really what I want. So what really inspired that? This is not me, this is not really what I want. So what really inspired that? How was that discovery? Because I am a person who's left before, teaching and then saying, I'm not fulfilling my purpose here. Let me pursue something different. So what really brought that to you, that you worked and said, I think I'm done here. I want to try find me or redefine my purpose.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, finding self or discovering is a whole lifelong journey.
Yeah.
But while I learned a lot through these 9 to 5s, I realized that it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. my calling itself, like literally would nudge me every morning, every night. It's like you even have nightmares because of dreams that you've not really accomplished or haven't worked towards. So the reason I left that space is just to be able to understand me artistically first and foremost, and also be able to share, because I feel for artists that's what we are called to do, to be able to just share,
to vent,
exactly,
to share your emotions with
to
everyone
vent,
else,
to inspire, to.
So what didn't work for you in the workspace? What didn't work? Because for me, I can define what didn't work for me, what made me shift. So for you, what didn't work?
It was the consistent, like every day. I think it got too monotonous for me.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing over and over. And as an artist, like I love that it's important to have the routine, but at the same time, yes, it did teach me this discipline. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, like me napenda to flexibility.
You felt caged?
In a sense.
All right.
In a sense, yeah. Yeah, it was tough to go through, but it was also a learning lesson in itself. Yeah.
So when you now transitioned from work, you got home, what were the first weeks like? Because now you're waking up, you clearly know what you want.
And but also you've just left.
In the studio, you have to hustle one way or the other just to maybe make money, pay the producer or pay for the sessions in the studio. So for you, how was the waking up in the morning? Did it inspire more writing? Because, we are artists. So sometimes you become more productive as an artist when you are through that moment when you feel like it's dark, it's unclear for you. So you try to find your ways, find your words in between that space.
At first I felt lost completely.
Whoa.
And it was like being in the dark and realizing I've left a job that used to give me, enough money to be able to go into studio, and now nothing. So I tried to allow myself to go through that process, being in the dark, being a seedling, literally, because for the longest time, it's like this job had given me purpose. And it had. Now, I'm in a space where I'm like, sina kazi, niko quote unquote idol, mzazi ako like, unatafuta kazi ingine ya marada, what's up? So for the first few weeks, I definitely felt lost, but I was like, you know what, let me sit in it. Let me allow myself to just be here now, because I can't.
But did you tell your parents that I'm making a bold decision to move out of my daily employment to be in a space where I can express myself? Because when you say mzazi anakuuliza rada ni gani, like,
I mean, I did share with my mom. My mom was just like, are you sure? Like, just take some time and think about it. I'm like, Ma, I've been thinking about it, and it's definitely one of those moves. You're like, you're jumping into the deep sea. So for one, I know she was very concerned. My dad was more like, mi najua tu ni msanii from the start. So I was just waiting for you to realize it.
Yes.
They're both very supportive, very, very supportive, and I love that. I'm grateful for it. So just to be able to now have to rework, realign, center myself, and now do this thing that I've been planning on doing for such a long time, but not really getting to it. And of course, along the way, I had like so many obstacles, hurdles. Like, it's like you think you want this thing, so how badly do you want it?
Wow.
And ningepatana tuna distractions. Tuzite lessons, character development, in the streets of Nairobi, so a lot of that time, like probably for the next 3 months.
Were you trying to talk to producers, then like turning you down, or you're trying to get into a space where you can produce your work, but it's not working out?
Yes.
Okay.
So what's the most interesting bit is that I had found a producer. So we basically just got to understand each other, and I loved the way he works and still do. So tulipatana through a mutual friend, and then from there he was like, yeah, come to studio, I have a producer who, so kuna wawili basically, so who you can work with, and he's like really cool. So Nelson Cryptic is the one who produced my entire album, and I recorded it at Music Studios Africa.
The first two songs I ever sampled, we were still working together. I sampled the first two songs. I thought they would make it in the album, but they never made it there.
Nope.
Different producer.
Yes.
But they were dope stuff, like
of course,
really, really good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But for the album specifically, there was a theme I was playing at, you know.
All right.
And this theme is what directed the entire flow of the album. So most the tracks you sampled, the tracks you had were like singles that I was just trying to play around, and I'm like, okay, what is my sound? Kind of just discovering now King Fire in totality.
All right.
Yeah.
There's something here. When I sampled your two songs, you came up hard. You were like I don't know, you know, EVE, for example, she's soft spoken, raps softly, but you can feel how tough or hard she is. Nazizi, for instance, I think the first call I gave to you and I had the album, I was like, yo. Then I wanted to believe at the first time I listened to your songs that you would be a little bit tough. I mean, don't give a shit, have thick skin, because you're defying so many things. Just like Nazizi brought in a Muslim family and doing the stuff she was doing, like you never see her in bui bui and all those things. So she looked like the outcast, and I think it's only her bro that really understood her. But if you listen to Nazizi sing, she's actually showing people the middle finger. I don't give a shit about what you guys are talking about or how you want me to be. That is how your first two songs sounded like. Now, freaking Fire, you're such a babe. You're soft. You have your opinion, but you're vulnerable. You gave us the vulnerable side, not the tough girl. Like I don't care, you know.
But there is like some
there are
tracks,
some,
you know,
like two. But I listened to the whole album. It's soft. You are easy. You are in touch with the emotions. You're trying to free from something that is not yet there. I don't know. Maybe that's the feeling I was getting. So, is King freed yet?
Well,
yes, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Is she?
What do you think freedom means?
Oh,
yeah, I know.
I flip that before I answer that. Okay, freedom to me is much more doing me without caring what other people think about me. It's about showing up for myself, doing what I believe is the right thing for the world and for me. So the world here does not mean that they would dictate my terms, you know? But again, the way the songs have been arranged, I like how arrangement has been done. Like the Wave of Change comes last. I like Wave of Change is my anthem. I like it. It's the best for me.
Glad.
But again, you said that each of those songs were produced. They are arranged according to how they were produced, and each one looks like a sequel of the other. How did Wave of Change come last? Yet we are trying to do Wave of Change by quitting job from 85, rediscovering. It's time to rage and rearrange. It's time to embrace a wave of change or something. So how did it end up coming last?
Okay, so just to answer.
All right.
If King Fire is free.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for going back there.
King is on the way.
On the way.
On the way to freedom. I could say there's a lot basically about society that tends to want to put us in a box, put me in a box, put anyone in a box. So already the way the system is set up, it's like designed to we ukae hapa na ukae hapa. So for most of my life, like I had been modeling before, I've done acting, I'm still pursuing acting.
Yeah.
But so many people just knew me as model. you know.
Yeah.
So in a sense, I had so many times people telling me, yo, mbona umeamua kufanya mziki, like mbona usibaki tu model. I'm like, why can't I do both, you know, and succeed in both of these things, like, because it's a passion of mine. And for most of my life, I listened. I was just listening to people and not really understanding who I am. So
is it
Freaking
only
Fire,
in the creative industry or other things that you think the world is trying to cage you?
And not just for me, it's like a collective thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're not really aware of how deeply things can impact you, then yeah, you can be easily swayed left, right, center. So we need to also just be very grounded and balanced, which, you know, I practice yoga, and I'm also very big on like centering your life in God, in Christ.
Yeah.
So I know some people like yoga, Christianity, but at the end of the day, finding your balance is so important. It's key in this system. So for a very long time, I felt I was not free. I felt like, nashinda tu nimefanya juu naambiwa nifanye.
Yeah.
Unaona? So being able to say, F the world, and now like really do freaking fire, it's like, that's freaking fire.
All right.
You know,
you've talked about...
You get it?
Yes.
Freaking fire.
Freaking fire. That's poetic. Now, grounding yourself, finding, purpose, God, stuff like that. I was listening to this, Major Flex.
Oh, wow.
It's time to pour to myself.
It's a major flex. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't have the courage to love me as I did. You didn't cause me too much damage. I've been all up in my feels. You've been taking advantage of the loving I give for real. Shit that got me fucked up is I knew you wasn't gonna ride for me. Yeah, I knew you wasn't gonna ride for me. You've been moving phony and I cannot with that shady shit. See, I had to take a minute, pack my shit, take my leave. Now I'm pouring back into me. That's my major flex.
Whoa. I'm pouring back to
into me. Yeah.
Yes. Was it that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one, of course, heartbreak led to major flex.
Yeah.
But also just kind of feeling like I've given my all to this person and literally like overextending, you know, but not getting anything in return or like having this love reciprocated. And I guess that's one of those things that I had to learn, that this hakuna mtu atakupea hiyo upendo kama ujipei upendo.
Which love are we talking about here?
Like,
because
I'm talking about romantic love.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because from the songs, like, there's a user.
Yeah.
There's a broke nigga.
Yeah.
There's I want to go on and on, but for security reasons, let me tell people. Play the song, play the whole album on Spotify. Yeah. So what was happening? Because there's a broke nigga, there's a user, there's so much going on.
Yeah. So I was in a relationship that I thought I'd never really be able to get out of, and it was not even a year relationship. It was one of those relationships, but it's like accumulation of relationships, I could say. Yeah, so this specific one,
how
really
many relationships
broke me.
Okay, there are a number of relationships that didn't work
previously.
All right.
But also this was like the one, like this that set the bar higher. Hey, that one is the one that was like, hey, man. He had the mzae. My mom was just like, wow, my daughter, don't worry, you'll get through it. But yeah, just cry right now.
You decided to, do
so I was,
major flex.
Yeah, because I was angry. I was devastated. I felt unseen or appreciated.
Yeah.
So major flex was a fuck you to the guy.
Okay. We forgive your
my
French.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. Yeah. But yeah, most of the relationship just felt very one-sided. So, of course, it starts nicely. And then this, I don't know, savior complex mentality. Please, as a woman, stop. You're not, no.
No one is going to save you?
You can't save any man. Please.
But
so
can a man
rid yourself
save you?
of the burden. No.
That's why
You need to be able to
broke nigga.
just stand up for yourself. Do it for you.
But why were you concerned nigga is broke?
Because you were broke. Like, oh my God.
He was broke.
Can't even
What was
take
he
me
supposed
out.
to do with his cash?
Spoil your girl once in a while. Listen.
All right. Okay.
I'm big on, if you can't, take yourself out. Like, if he can do it, then do it for you, for sure. And I will keep, like, I've always been the one doing it for me. Okay. You know, planning these things and, oh, that's a dog. Okay, sorry. I'm big on pets as well. So, most of the time, I just felt like, nendanga tu kuona umse na hakuna kitu ananipea. Like, kuna.
For real, like,
Aibambi.
Okay, literally, hakuna kitu ananipea, or, okay, now, do you believe in love now?
I do. I'm a lover. Oh my God, yes. I'm
For
a
real?
lover girl, yeah.
But let's listen to this.
I'm just tired of this mind games.
And on, I still come out to play. I think I need a break, honestly. It's a deep one.
I've been running into dishonest lovers, but it's something in my aura make him stay undercover. I can really tell if he being honest or just afraid to be honest, yeah. I've been recently a dishonest lover, but it's something in her aura make her wanna uncover. But can she really tell if I'm being honest or just a little bit hopeless? It's like, do I even believe in love anymore? Been hopping in and out, it's like I ain't for sure. We can't even agree in love anymore. Keep trusting in a heart that ain't even sure. Find it quicker to leave, love just ignore. Been hoping I could find something so pure. But do we even believe in love anymore?
Cool. Now, do you even believe in love anymore?
I do. I still do. Because love is what makes the world go around. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much evil or dark there is. Love is still a powerful force. Yeah.
I was listening to the whole album, but I think this is my own assessment. Now having to know a little bit of background behind it, there was accumulation of stuff that was going on even before you said, I'm leaving this job, or I'm putting myself in a space where I have to redefine who I am, you know, to feel the rage and rearrange the way you say it. And then now, wave of change was like, after you've done, let me call it journaling poetically, because your songs, your hits are more like you're journaling, you're venting, you're cursing, you're doing everything. And then finally, in the end of it all, you feel this wave of change.
It's like a release.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a relief. So, as we've listened to Disingenuous Lovers, Disingenuous basically was even me, myself, like questioning my intentions in love. Like sometimes things go bad and then we want to make this other person pay.
Yeah.
You know, so
Karma.
For karma.
Praying for karma.
Exactly. So in a sense, it's like for me as well, I was like, as much as this is all happening to me, but it's also happening for me, there was a lot of this love thing has to come from inside.
Yeah.
You know, so Disingenuous Lovers was literally like introspection. Why do I keep attracting the people I'm attracting? What's that about me? Can I be better and attract better for myself? Yeah. So that kind of just morphs throughout the album, and Wave of Change is now the acceptance that for real, like something has to change.
And something is happening.
Exactly. It's like choosing that path, healing, the path of least resistance. But at the same time, it's the path that we always just try to fight with all the time, you know, because change isn't easy. Changing habit patterns, it's very difficult. But that outpour from Call Me No More as a beginning to Wave of Change was just me saying, I get that I'm going through all these things, but hey, girl, like, it's not going to be like this forever. All right. Like, let's flow with the change.
So how far are we to the change? Because seems I would really want someone who appreciate poetry and also, you know, you can't separate art from the artists. There's something going on here. You feel it in every song that comes. You really feel it. Of course, there's the woman is lethal. I don't know how lethal. How lethal?
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Fire. I could
Fire
say
is coming.
fire, because, well, for one, woman is lethal is like a dedication to all the badass women. And that also was a dedication to me, because I'm like, I'm going through all these things, but I'm still like getting through it, you know, like, so nijipe grace that, and I go through easy V2, but bado na see it through, manze. It's not like I'm giving up now. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Woman is Lethal is also very, it's hardcore.
It's the only, I think it's the most hardcore in the entire album.
Yeah.
Because how you showed up in that album, I was like conflicted. Yeah, because there's a way I wanted you. That is my own expectation of you. Yeah. But I learned much later, it's a bit more vulnerable. Like, this is who you truly are. And you're trying to tell the world that despite me showing up as somebody who's tough and everything, I also have my cracks. But again, I can choose to have one or two hits that really make me come out the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think that was Sensei and Woman is Lethal for sure.
Yeah.
They were very, like, leaning towards the dark.
Yeah.
That, like,
just say. And in the process define the dark.
the dark. So as I said, like, that process of feeling lost, I made some really wrong decisions at some point.
Yeah.
And these decisions, obviously, they shape you, but also what you choose to do after, you know, it's like also equally important.
Yeah.
So Woman is Lethal was one of those things I'm like, damn, girl, you bad. Like, why would you do that? Like, and I was honest going through this conversation with myself, my mind, my thoughts, my emotions. When I get to a place, your alter ego is just like, mi leo ndio naandika hii ngoma, utadu, you know. Yeah, so in a sense that was like, yeah, I let my alter ego just jump in that specific track, Woman is Lethal. But also there's still aspects of, like, when I say that Dame be spiritual, a Scorpio mystical, she got that Aries lyrical, Hamuna gem, I and I, Shia, miracle, she got that light. In her eyes, Sagittarius oracle, Taurus unforgettable. It's like I'm tapping also into all these parts of me that are like parts of my zodiac, you know, so like my chart basically. And I know it relates with others in one way or the other, you know. So definitely the dark, by the dark I mean like it's like just allowing the shadow of you to come to light and say what she wants to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to finalize this conversation. First of all, I have to say it's a beautiful work you've done. I love the hit. Quite a number of them, really, you know, really good stuff. Good stuff,
like you've been so supportive, Dre, like,
so I just wanted to do this wave of change.
Okay.
And I don't know how far we are to now a very free king. But there's fire into it.
It's a gradual process.
Will this fire consume us? Like the Mad King's fire in the Game of Thrones?
Whoa. Let me just say, we gone Arya Stark our way through this. If you know what I mean.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this and then we finalize this show.
Okay. An old me is dying, a new me is rising. I can't hold on to resistance, it's futile in spite of my ambitious rebelliousness. I'm responsible for my own existence. Do you feel the energy shifting? I feel my frequency resilience. I know I'm not the only one who feels conflicted. It's the full moon in Scorpio insisting. I can't help permitting that shadows need their own freedom coexisting. It's time to ride the wave of change. It's time to rage and rearrange. It's time to sage and disengage. It's time to ride the wave of change. It's time to rage and rearrange. It's time to sage. It's time to ride the wave of change. It's time to rage and rearrange. It's time to sage and disengage. It's time to ride the wave of change. It's time to rage and rearrange. It's time to sage. The ocean's floor does get deeper. She washed up ashore. She's a keeper. Tidal force is a teacher. The ocean's roar will make you a believer. Her energy will restore you. She's faced the grim reaper. Your death will take a toll on your sister. He be smoking meth, giving his soul a blister. Your health is all in your control. Oh dear Mr. Drinking from Lethe on parole. He chooses to be a resistor. Will we ever learn to love the laws of nature? Will he ever? You're in the callback creator. Will she ever earn the applause from her maker? Will I ever learn to discern the claws of pleasure? Will I ever learn to discern the claws of pleasure? Aye. It's a deep one.
You understand. You understand why this was like a very good way to do the outro to the album, because if you feel it through the entire thing, you go through every emotion that you put into the song, and then there's like, there's freedom. There's now finally all this is over.
Release me.
All right.
Yeah.
When is the next album coming?
Oh God.
Or what are you up to?
Okay.
Yeah, we can't wait. You know.
Right now, I'm focusing on basically publishing this, or rather marketing it.
Okay.
So basically, right now, what I'm working on is hopefully videos, some merchandise as well. Just being able to share the music live, because I'm also like a performing artist. So just that's what I'm focusing on right now. Keep pushing the album, but I'm still working on some bigger.
I get it.
Yeah, it's got the next one is gonna be bigger for sure.
Yeah, and this is your first baby.
This is my first baby.
Yeah.
Imagine, like,
I can only imagine the Freed Fire, how it will be. I mean, it's gonna be Park and Biggie combined, and like get us there, or Nas, for example, Nazizi,
Kendrick
Biggie.
too.
But you can only be you. You know,
Yeah,
you can only be you. But I know the fire that is coming there. Yeah, I hope it doesn't consume us. Thank you so
Don't let
much.
it.
Thank you
Don't
so
let
much.
it. Just let it fuel you. The
All
fire.
right. Oh, let the fire fuel you.
Yeah.
Poetic again.
Thank
All right.
you. Appreciate
So, what will be your parting shot? Where do we get your music?
Okay, so Spotify, YouTube, Boomplay, Apple Music, or rather on iTunes. It's basically all streaming platforms. Hata zile sijui zinaitwa Pandora and Shazam, kila mahali, you'll find my music.
All right.
Yeah.
And she's King with
A Q and FYAH. So King, QING, FYAH.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fire.
Thank you. King,
Yep.
thank you so much
Thank you as
for
well.
coming to the show.
Blessings.
I really
Kwako sana.
appreciate. Let's grow this music together.
Absolutely.
Let's sail to the world. Let's go global.
Amen. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
To our viewers, that is my conversation with the King Fire herself. I've been told the fire should not consume us, but to fuel us. So thank you so much for always watching. Please always remember to subscribe and like our content. To click pictures, thank you for always making this magic happen. Until we meet next time, sayonara.